All right. So hopping into some high level trends here. So hybrid, we've been hit over the head with it for the past 2 years. No surprise here, it continues to hold strong. Something interesting that's changed this year is we're actually, a lot of studies have found a really big uptick in remote workforces and academic events on the rise from a hybrid perspective. 71% of event planners will continue to employ a digital event strategy throughout 2022, which is no surprise. And I think most notably about what we've realized in 2022 is what hasn't worked with hybrid, because last year it was so new, we were still wrapping our arms around things, but now we've seen some major leaps in the attendee facing side. I think the whole term of like engagement and networking was very nebulous a year ago, but now we know like that means personalization, gamification, and incorporating community building where you can. So John or Sarah, did you feel like any of these event trends hold true to you guys? Are you investing in any of these areas more heavily? What's been your experience?
I think our position on event or hybrid events has really kind of evolved over the last couple of years. Obviously, when the pandemic struck, we were looking for solutions to replace our in-person event. How do we keep engaged with our community, our stakeholders, when we can't convene in person? Last year was our first kind of opportunity to try a hybrid model. We had a very small in-person audience, and we still wanted to, create a virtual experience for people that couldn't be there in person. And we learned a lot from that. This year, I think, is a really interesting opportunity for us because we're really looking at our in-person event and our digital hybrid. The hybrid event really is an overarching umbrella for two separate products. The in-person event, which is a fairly expensive event to engage with, hotel, lodging, travel. And then we have this digital product, which is going to be relatively affordable, but offers like a different way to experience and engage with our brands. And instead of like thinking that they're the same market, we're really looking at this as two separate different products that have two completely different markets. And so that's been super beneficial for us because it's helped us think, okay, both of these different types of products meet different needs of the different consumers. So how do we think about that in different ways? And so I think that's a really important thing when you're thinking about these events is like, what is the digital experience like? Who's attending it? And what can you cater to them that's going to make them feel special? That is a little bit different than the in-person event, because obviously there's, that really special factor of being in person and interacting with the people around you. So for us, it's been how do we separate out these two different products and think about the audiences in very different ways.
Yeah, it's been a really, positive experience. It kind of forced us into this digital world, and I'm really glad it did. We were very much so, an in-person events kind of only. And, we have media brands that have been around for many, many years. But it was pretty much only in-person events, and we had to shift pretty quickly. And I think we did a really great job with everybody on our team. So we started Distributech Plus, Hydro Plus, and PowerGen Plus, and it was like an online community, but then we also had editorial type of webinars, every single month. So, and we're still doing that. So, Hydro Plus, we just had on March 15th and we're having on April 6th. And we just have this kind of online community. And I think it really, even though it was difficult, it gave us a whole new audience. We ended up, I think for Distributech Plus, we had about 5,000 community members. And a lot of these people were people that had never been to our live event. And so it was really cool to see, how far this could reach. And so I think it was a huge positive. We had to learn as we went, and we're still kind of learning, what works and what doesn't work. But I think we're definitely going to continue to do, digital media, for a long time. So it was, even though it was hard, I'm glad we had the chance to really dive into that.